I can't believe we are basically at the end of 2022. I don't even know where the years have gone. Like, I literally remember it being 2K7, 2007. What's actually crazy is when starting this video and thinking about the idea, I thought it might have actually been a bit of a clickbait title, 22 lessons of 2022. But then I thought about it, and quite quickly, I actually did get 22 lessons that I did learn this year, which is pretty mad. There's been a lot that's gone on. So I'm going to touch on all different areas. So, social media, my body, work, relationships, a wedding, like random things, and then also just kind of life as a whole. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video and maybe learn something from me too. I actually started my Jags Journey blog, Instagram and TikTok on the 31st of December last year. So it's basically been a whole year now of keeping that up, although I have had my actual blog for about 2 years now. It's definitely not easy to post every week, and you know what, content creation on top of everything, it can be a lot. What I have learned is that it's definitely something that I enjoy. YouTube specifically, I've learned it is not easy to get monetized. Many people say, oh, I did it in 6 months, 9 months. People say if you post a video a week, it'll just come quite quickly. And I thought, honestly, I did, from having my blog, which has been quite successful views wise, I thought it would kind of translate pretty quickly, but it's just not been the case. And sometimes I sit and I think, like, am I really boring? Like, what is going on? But slowly I've really learned that you do really need to put a lot of effort into your camera quality, which hopefully you've seen improvements of, and even your sound. There's just a lot that goes into it, more than you'd initially think, but consistency is still key. And you know what, like I said, I enjoy it, so it's not all about monetization. Otherwise, I probably would have stopped a long time ago now. However, though, I've found that if you do put yourself out there, good things will come. And towards the end of this year, I've really learned that actually, companies and brands that I thought about being great collaborators with previously, now they're actually reaching out to me, which has been really, really nice. And it goes to show that my hard work is being recognized by those who I am also kind of aiming my content at. Now, let's talk about my body. So it sounds a bit weird, so maybe we should say health. Basically, let's just kick things off with my allergies. So straight away, can you see? I've got these, like eczema patches, and at the start of this year, I had an appointment. Long story short, check out the blog, link it in the description below, but it explains a lot of the background with my skin. Pretty much for all of this year, it nearly went, but then now it's come back with a vengeance. Always does. But yeah, at the start of this year, I had an allergy appointment. I thought it was like the biggest breakthrough ever. I'll show you all my allergies. There's a lot. So that's definitely something big that I learned this year, like yeast. I would never even thought. Then my next lesson, so that was at the start of this year, once my diet had kind of flared up all these reactions at the back end of last year. I then thought I knew my body, and then that is when I found out another lesson, is that actually you really don't. Your body is just full of surprises. Maybe it's my own fault for not sticking to that so rigidly and really just cutting everything out, but I guess I'm learning the hard way, and that's what I'm trying to do now. Linking to that, it just really hits home that meal prep is key. I think where it kind of all went out of hand was maybe this kind of September, October, where I don't know, it was a busy time and I wasn't able to meal prep as much. I was kind of all over. I think if I stick to my meal prep, I should be fine. Another allergy I found is potentially jewelry. So this is when wedding dress shopping. That's also been an interesting lesson, and I think I've still got more to learn on that, and hopefully I can do more tests before, actually buying jewelry for my wedding that could be quite expensive and then cause issues on the day, which would not be the one. Finally, this one's probably too much information, maybe you don't want to know, but has anyone heard of chilblains? So I did not know what it was, and apparently I have it. So I called up the doctor, had a doctor's call back, and just kind of explained what was going on, like, redness and swelling and stuff of my toes. Ew, sorry, I hate feet. I feel gross that I'm talking about this now, but whatever, it's a lesson and it might help. So the doctor was like, oh, have you got chilblains? And I was like, what? And they were like, chilblains. And I was like, what? And they were like, chilblains. And I kid you not, she actually really just thought that I knew what it was. And I was like, look, I don't know what you're saying, I don't know what that is. And then she was like, chilblains, and I was like, okay. And she sent me a link, and basically I found out what it was. So that's also just, you know, something new that I didn't know that I have, but apparently in winter I get that. In terms of work, hopefully you've seen my video about my double promotion. I mean, I say video, I've posted about it quite a lot, but this year I was fortunately double promoted. What that taught me is that you really can do what you put your mind to. Just, of course, you know, have the conversations, do all the kind of right things, and that video will share a lot more details if you're interested. It was just really great to learn this year that actually my hard work can really pay off. In fact, something else this double promotion has taught me actually is that because I was double promoted, it is now a very steep learning curve, and I think what comes with that is just more constructive criticism than I was maybe kind of expecting. I mean, don't get me wrong, on the whole, I'm still doing pretty well. My feedback does reflect that, but there is just then still a lot more to learn. I've also then learned that I really don't know everything. I feel like in my job in external audit, you don't ever really get comfortable and you never really know everything. It's so hard, there's so much to know, but I'm still learning, and I think I've just learned that it is okay not to know everything right now, but it will come. This year, I feel I've learned a lot personally as well about relationships and those around me. Something I've learned definitely is that you just have no idea what people are going through. So it's only recently when I met up with some of my friends that I just found out about things that they were going through that I had no idea, to be honest. And that's just why it's so important to, you know, have check-ins and find out how people are. And I'll be honest, I'm not the best at that. I feel like I get so engrossed in what's going on in my life that I feel like I have so much going on and it's really hard, but I should really make that time, and that's something that I'm going to keep trying to work on. I mean, this year as well, it's really shown me through personal experiences that not everyone is the same. I think what one person does for one, it's not, you know, going to be clear cut and completely even. Like, everyone does have different schedules, different lives, things going on, and I've kind of been on the worse end of that, you know, where I've been the one that hasn't been there for someone close to me as much as I should have, which is, it's always difficult, and I find it hard to deal with because I feel like I am doing my best, but I mean, there's always more I feel that can be done. I'm very rigid with my schedule, like I said, you know, feeling like I need to do this, this, and this in these timings. But I've really kind of learnt this year as well that I do need to know when to kind of step out of that and when I do need to like really be there. And then another huge lesson this year is that experiences really shape people. It's each to their own, and it's completely, everyone deals with things differently, but yeah, things can just be quite surprising sometimes. Linking into my wedding, so obviously I've really said, you know, wedding planning stressful, blah 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 blah, lots of videos, but what it then also shows you, linking to relationships, is those who truly are there for you and really want to be involved. And then actually it might show the opposite as well, which, you know what, like I said, everyone's kind of got their own things to deal with, their own things that are going on, and that's fine. Yeah, your wedding can really show you that, but it's so nice to see the people that do really kind of, you know, show that love for you, and that's also so nice. You know, staying on Indian weddings, you know, the Junni and Gadmai and all the different traditions, there's just so much, and I feel like I've learned, you know, what you need for the Junni and Gadmai, so I will be releasing a video on that. Make sure to subscribe because, yeah, a lot more wedding content in 2023. Also learned, you know, a lot about wedding dresses, the different styles that are out there. You can just design anything, it's just mad. Like, I even went to Kosovo and designed my wedding dress. I find that mental that I even did that this year, and that was just out of the blue for me as well. So yeah, I really learnt this year what kind of dress I truly want and what style suits me best, and yeah, you'll see that next year. And then the more kind of random things I've learnt, so touching on Kosovo, sometimes you do need to do automated check-in, because I nearly actually got charged €40 for not actually checking in beforehand when I tried about 1,000,000 times and it was just not working. That's where I've learned that in some airports, kind of find out what it's like, and you might need that automated check-in, and it's only about £2, so it is worth it. And then another lesson is actually petrol. So I first got my car maybe a couple years ago now, and petrol prices, if you've seen them, if you've been driving, they're just fluctuating so much. It's crazy. And I've really just learned to just, you know what, just chill. So I've got a finance spreadsheet, of course I do. I love to just kind of track everything. I've just kind of learned with petrol, just, you know what, just don't even stress about it. And I've just lived a more simpler and happier life now, just thinking like it is what it is and it's fine. And just, you know, give those extra lifts, and yeah, it's just whatever. So that's just something for me. And then life in general, I am still learning, especially this year with, you know, the wedding adding another layer on top. But I'm really learning just how to manage and balance everything that I'm trying to do. It hasn't been easy. There's been times where I've almost felt actually really burnt out. I do think I am really learning. So it's not a lesson learned, it's one that's still ongoing, but I am learning that balance. A lesson this year. So I've been going to the gym since I was 20. I started off about 6 days a week, and then it's always been 5. And in my head, it's been engraved like it needs to be 5 days a week. And this year, I've finally learned it doesn't. It's kind of like a bit of a weight has been lifted where I'm not that set on it. Okay, that's a bit of a lie. I'm now set on, say, 4 days a week rather than 5, but 4/5 maybe. I don't know, whatever's manageable, but yeah. That has been a huge lesson for me. And then the final lesson is just honestly to remind myself to actually have fun. It sounds crazy that I even feel like I need to say that, but sometimes I just don't. You know, with the gym and like everything that needs doing, and you know, social media and sometimes I kind of forget like it's okay to just let your hair down, you know, have a good time. It's fine to have that odd hangover. Just relax. And I think my fiance is really, he's just nailed balance, to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are my 22 lessons of 2022. I hope you found it interesting, helpful maybe. If you did, then do give it a like. Any questions at all, anything interesting that I've said, then do drop them in the comment section below. I'd be happy to, you know, respond, look at those. And then of course, I'll be back with more videos every single week. Next week will be my goals for 2023. So stick around and hopefully you'll see me again soon. Thanks.